Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. Well, we continue to watch all kinds of areas across the tropical Atlantic. You look at this map and we talk about we're heading towards the peak of the season. And you're saying, well, wow, I mean, we're going to have a lot of storms out there. The thing is, when you look at the percentages on this, you can see 10%, 30%, 20%, 10, 20. Everything's very, very low. Now, the one with the highest chances, that one area that we've been watching for days upon days, working its way across the middle of the Atlantic, working its way all the way through the Caribbean for time again. It looked like this might develop across the Western Caribbean. At this point, doesn't look like it's going to really show any chance of organizing until it works its way into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Then we also have an area off the coastline of the Carolinas. That one actually looks like it may become subtropical if it develops. And we have this new area, which was an area that we were watching over the weekend along the Texas coastline. Hurricane Center was monitoring that area. Then they stopped monitoring that, and now they're watching it once again, but still only about a 10% chance of seeing anything develop with that. So really a really low chance. So kind of zooming in across the Western Caribbean, and you do see a flare up of convection, but again, just like we've seen for over a week now, very disorganized. This is a tropical wave working its way on towards that westerly direction, and it's kind of in an area where it's kind of just marginal for any kind of development. So it looks like it'll work its way over the Yucatan. Then the question is, once it works its way into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, what kind of condition is it in? If it can hang out long enough, if it's in a good enough condition, then maybe, just maybe, we could see some development. But still, that's why I'm only talking about that 30% chance with this, because this is still somewhat of a long shot. We also have a cold front which will be working its way down across the Gulf of Mexico. We actually have this front just kind of strung out just to the north of it, and that may tend to play into this system as well. Now, as you look further out into the Atlantic, a couple of days ago, this area here, which was situated back over here, had these big flare-ups of convection, and it looked like this. This was going to have a decent chance of developing, but we also talked about, we had the dry air, and it's working its way into an area where the wind shear is going to be increasing over this, some much stronger winds in this area. So this one here, you can see there's not much with it. So this is really not likely to develop. And then it's hard to pick this one out now because we've got a lot of dry air. We have a warm upper level atmosphere. So we're actually looking at a lot of sinking air. That's why you're seeing really a lot of clear skies out here, an area where this time of the year you would expect to see all kinds of tropical waves, very vigorous waves working their way off the coastline. But what you're really looking at is a lot of clear skies. So here's the Carolina coastline, watching this pretty vigorous area of convection right now. It's kind of unusual that we are talking about heading towards the peak of the hurricane season in the area that at this point probably looks the most promising as far as satellite is concerned, is an area that we're looking at maybe subtropical development, not even a purely tropical system. We're talking about something subtropical. Now this will work its way on towards that north and northeasterly direction, could be affecting portions of the Canadian Maritimes as we head into the weekend. In fact, watch this on the Fox model highlighting that area as it continues to work its way on towards the north, certainly showing some more development with this. So that's an area that we'll probably watch as we head over the next couple of days. We also have a cold front working its way through the northeast, which will kind of boot this and keep this away from the U.S. coastline. And so this is the most likely area that we would see this. So we're going to continue to watch all these different areas, and we will keep you posted right here on myfoxhurricane.com.